circling like vultures round my brain. Couldn't see the danger in your eyes. Draw me in, got me spinning now like water to a drain. You were perfect till I realized you hadn't shown your face. You sing a pretty song to drag my heart along, a siren serenade. You're ringing out your praise. Your love's a wrecking, you know it's wrong. I was deaf to the ringing bells, wanting me to break, deafened by the sirens' soothing lies. I can't leave, I am in too deep, been sinking for a while, prisoner to the same thing I despise, devoted to a fake. You sing a pretty song to drag my heart along, a siren serenade. You're ringing out your praise. Your love's a wrecking, you know it's wrong. It's over, same story. You lose to love and glory. It's over, same story. You lose to love and glory. You sing a pretty song to drag my heart along, a siren serenade. You're ringing out your praise. Your love's a wrecking, you know it's wrong. It's over, same story. You lose to love and glory. It's over, same story. You lose to love and glory.
There once was a ship that put to sea. The name of the ship was the Billy O.T. The winds blew hard, her bow dipped down. Below me, bully boys blow. Soon may the weathermen come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. She'd not been 2 weeks from shore when down on her a right whale bore. The captain called all hands and swore he'd take that whale in tow. Soon may the weathermen come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. Before the boat had hit the water, the whale's tail came up and caught her. All hands to the side harpooned and fought her when she dived down low. Soon may the weathermen come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. No line was cut, no whale was freed. The captain's mind was not on greed, but he belonged to the whaleman's creed. She took that ship in tow. Soon may the weathermen come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. For 40 days or even more, the line went slack, then tight once more. Our boats were lost, there were only 4, and still that whale did go. Soon may the weathermen come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. As far as I've heard, the fight's still on. The line's not cut and the whale's not gone. The weatherman makes his regular call to encourage the captain, crew and all. Soon may the weathermen come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. Soon may the weathermen come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go.
laugh or love. I've been hurt before. All's fair in love and war. So I snuggle up close.
Perhaps our
There
viewership.
is no presidential debate tonight. That is true. So perhaps we will
There is no
return to our normal
presidential
viewership. Did you watch the highlights of the debate?
I did.
Okay.
I
did as well.
My favorite, definitely.
They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there.
because it was so openly
The dogs,
absurd.
the cats, the pets of the people that live there.
Pets live there.
Yeah.
Yep. And then watching them keep doubling down on it
Oh, yeah.
until finally JD Vance actually said,
Admitted. I made it up.
morning,
Yeah.
No, he goes, well, if I have to make up stories to get the American
The
the media to know
attention.
what they, so it was like, so you did you basically
You just
it's
admitted
like-
you made it up.
he said, he's like, it's like, if I have to make up stories in order to get the
Huh.
media to take seriously the problems of the American people, and it's like, but you just made up a problem that
Right.
didn't happen. like
And
so-
marginalized and already marginalized people.
Right,
where,
like-
where there's now violence happening in that town to people
right,
who are living
violence
here
that would
legally.
not have otherwise happened.
Correct.
That has been a
Because of
great
your
boon
because
to
of your talkie
Springfield.
pie hole. This is what made that happen.
When those jobs came to Springfield, it was a big economic boon
Yes.
to them.
Yes.
And those Haitians all there. That's why the chief of police is like, hey, you know who doesn't commit any crimes in this community? The Haitians.
Right.
Because like they're like they don't want to commit crime. They're like the nicest people. Stop it.
God.
Stop it.
For fuck's sake. Oh my god. We're live, by the way.
I
Just
I
wanted to
always
let you
assume
know.
so.
You should just always assume we're on a live mic.
but-
It's true.
Um
The Super J is back, by the way. She did watch the debate, she said,
hey,
but she's
Super
back.
J.
So we did miss you, Super J. We're glad you're here. You missed a spirited debate last week. Speaking of debates,
While watching a spirited debate.
a viewer came on and had some interesting choice words that we were addressed
Sort of.
diplomatically.
the,
Nothing was resolved, of course, because politics. And that's the thing. It's
There will
really
never be anything
it's
resolved.
now at the point where the facts are so irrefutable. It's not about that. It's about digging in your heels and saying, "There's no way I could be wrong in this universe. So therefore, this is what it is." And I'll listen to whatever tells me it's okay.
Well, it's what I think Stephen Colbert said it best way back when he goes, facts have a liberal bias.
Yes.
He's like, because
Yes.
whenever they say it's like, well, we're just
It's
saying
liberal
facts.
bias.
Like,
It's just the fact,
the
right?
liberal thing. It's like, no, it's science.
And when
like,
they start
"No,
talking,
it's a
"Oh,
liberal
you're
bias."
fact checkers," what?
And they were like,
Like if
"Why
they do a
didn't-"
shitty job, fine, call them out on it, but don't call out that the facts were checked.
What was hilarious was that
It's
they were like, they counted, they corrected Trump 26 times
because he was
didn't
wrong
correct
26
her.
times.
She wasn't lying.
She might have exaggerated.
If you have to be fact checked,
Right.
that's a problem. You
Yes.
don't want to have it go be like,
Yes.
you don't want Snopes detailing all the bullshit
Right.
that you
Right.
said and putting together the internet memes.
And that's the
from where it
greatest.
came
That's
from.
the greatest tragedy of everything. It's like it's gotten to the point where it's like instead of like laughing it into non-existence, like they're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats, they're eating the pets of the people who live there. You have to now respond to it. You know what I mean? Which
Right.
gives it air. Which is like, you know,
but
we can't
what
just
I
casually dismiss nonsense anymore. We can no longer dismiss nonsense. We have to engage nonsense and deal with it, which is
We
ridiculous.
should have always been engaged in nonsense. I think because everyone was sort of pretending that it was only temporary nonsense. And
Maybe,
everything
maybe
was just
that's
going to
it.
be fine. And it was like, no,
Maybe
no,
that's
no.
it.
This nonsense is really getting bad and it's starting to change some
Double
hearts and
down on our
minds.
nonsense.
I don't know if you know this, but the American people, we're not a smart group as a whole.
Right. Individual
as a-
person
as a
smart.
group.
People as a group are stupid.
Sure. Like,
Already much.
we,
Speaking of which, question 1.
yeah. So welcome to OK Seriously.
I know. Welcome to Okay Seriously. Here we are. We're back. Green Pants is back. We're here. We're gonna start answering questions. I was prejudging whether this question was stupid. I haven't read it yet, so I'm gonna read it now. We'll determine. How do I not? This is from Donovan from White Plains, New York. It's been a lot
Donovan,
of
okay.
lot of time in White Plains, actually. How do I not sound weird complimenting a girl? I'm 18 years old and have this difficulty giving compliments, especially towards girls, even if we're friends. I tend to avoid it to not sound like I'm trying to flirt with them or something of that sort. I need help trying to come off as genuine rather than trying to get into their pants. How? I guess not an overly stupid question. I retract my earlier comment.
No.
This is a reasonable.
I guess my first question is:
reasonable concern,
are
Donovan.
you trying to get into their pants?
Right.
Are you really?
Be honest with yourself,
Or are you-
Donovan. Donovan,
Or hey,
are
Donovan, if you're
you?
just spreading generalized kindness in the world, that's
Booyah.
great.
Go to
You
ya.
know, I mean, you could try something simple like, hey girl, just letting you know this comment's not coming
Girlfriend.
from the dick. Actually, this
Come
question's
from
for
the big
Vanguard.
head, not the little
Yeah,
head.
this is definitely a Vanguard question because I think
Yeah,
you could pull it off successfully with the person not realizing that you wanted to get into their pants.
that is a gift I have. It's true.
Yeah,
Even if I want
that
to.
is true.
No, it's just you just gotta think of the nature of compliments, Donovan. Normally, if it's overly fixated on appearance or damn your hips look sexy in that dress, maybe not that, right?
Right.
But wow, really good color on you. Very casual, no implications whatsoever. Oh wow, your hair looks awesome today. Nice job, right? Totally cool, right? Or if you say like, oh my god, I love the way your hair hangs on your tender shoulder, and no, see, no,
No,
not
yeah,
that.
don't. That,
right?
yeah, that comes off as
Yeah.
or just being like, you're so fucking hot.
Right.
Like, that'll
You
you
look
know,
so
it's
fucking
like,
hot
it's like,
today.
oh my god.
I love
Yeah.
how that your shirt is showing the cleavage.
I only
And
picture
I
you
just
naked
wanna-
whenever we're talking.
right.
At all times.
Right.
You are naked right now.
And,
Yeah.
and you showing off how the bra pushes them together. I just want to, right, just right, yeah,
Right.
too much.
See, those are the not. So don't
Don't
remember,
do
you're
those
supposed to be
things.
helping Vanguard.
I'm sorry.
This is
Good color. Here are the topics that are
I
that are
can
safe.
do that.
Here are the topics that are safe. That looks like that's a good color on you. Your hair looks really good today. What's another good one? I don't know. Nice outfit.
You are an intelligent person with
great.
agency and a voice, and your views are important.
Sure, but you don't go out. You don't lead with that. You go
Sure.
if she says something, you could say, "Wow, that's really astute. Well done." You know what I mean? Something like that. Totally fine too, right? Or very clever, very witty, very funny.
I don't know. The
Good
well
to
done
compliment
sounds kind of,
words.
sounds
A
a
little
little,
demeaning, yeah, a little patronizing. I know. Well done. You don't want to do like that.
that comes home on children's paperwork where it's like a sticker. It's like, well done.
The smiley
You know,
face, the
You
participation
spelled all
award.
these 4-letter words correctly. Like, yeah.
That's right. Yeah, no, not well done. But complimenting someone's ideas or words, right? Usually totally fine.
Yeah.
It's just you got to be a
Or
little
not focusing on physical appearance and
Right.
complimenting on actions and
Right.
like just things that have impressed you, or just actions that they did that you found particularly impressive, or for whatever. I think people value that a lot more than your hair looks great. I mean, I think there is some of that dopamine hit. I'm like, oh great, you like my hair.
Sure.
But like,
Yeah.
I think if people are
I
think if you compliment
yeah,
people's actions and what they do, it seems like you're paying more attention.
sure, but
or-
something
or maybe
like
you are paying more
but
attention.
something like the hair, right? Like if she comes in the next day and it's a very different hairstyle, like she clearly put a lot of thought and said, I want to see how this looks on me. I put effort into it.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Right.
That's an action. So you could say, wow, that came out really nice.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Totally cool. So that's the line.
I do have a wife, and I am familiar
This is
that if
being
she
fantastic.
comes home with a brand new haircut, I need to say something,
Automatically
and
love
not-
it. Or right.
not realize that she didn't do that because I don't see things. So I have to
You have to,
I
yes.
have to make sure that I remember that the hair
Ah.
was a different length earlier,
Yes.
because
Speaking
it
of
kind
hair,
of looks the same,
quick-
but it's not.
quick aside on Mrs. Vanguard. When Mrs. Vanguard gets her hair done, because her hair is naturally very curly, so when she gets it cut, they straighten it, and then they
Right.
cut it. So when
Same
she
thing
comes
with Mrs. Green Pants.
when she comes home, her hair is straight, and it looks longer than it did when she went there. So I comment and I'm like, "Why did you pay to have hair added? I thought you were attempting to get some removed." And then she gets a little irate with me.
Mrs. Green Pants, similar.
Yes.
Has the hair.
Oh, she
will
has curly
naturally
hair?
it will go into curls, and so it has to be straightened.
Oh,
So, yeah,
I've
it
never
has to
seen
be
her with
straightened
curly hair.
She has a
Okay.
hair straightener,
Daily ritual.
and for me, I'm just like, hey, but that's what she likes, so
Great. What they like is what they like.
what are you gonna say?
What they like is what they
Oh,
like.
Yeah, how do you compliment them? Well,
Yes.
you
You only need to be sensitive around
Uh,
the physical, clearly, as we said, right? And again, keep it on the relatively superficial. Color outfit, nice outfit. The color complements you well. Nice hair. Pyramid
um,
Good safe list.
any
Should it-
focusing on very specific body parts,
Not good.
not great,
good. Not
especially
Your cleavage is
so-
fantastic. your breasts
I
hang
mean, that is
magnificently.
complimentary.
It is, but girls don't want to hear that.
Right. Right. No, that's true.
From a friend.
Well,
Now,
right,
should
yeah.
should it have to be this way? It
Not
should
from,
not.
not from Donovan.
Right. It should not ideally have to be this way, but it is. So we have to accept it because, you know, odds are you probably do want to get in some of their pants, and that's fine. Want them to be your friend, you have to keep it that level, right? So
Because we do realize, Donovan, that you are a guy, and
Right.
so we get it. That yes, there is some of it. It's kind of like a calculation that just happens automatically.
oh,
Like it doesn't
Right,
really
right.
anybody. It's like
how
it's
do I
like,
sleep with this person? Yeah, exactly.
It's like this is the rabbi. Stop. But you know what?
My calculations. How do I?
They have lady rabbis. Some of them
Yes.
pretty good looking.
Yes.
You know.
Yep, for sure. All right, Donovan. Good luck. So hopefully with those
Hopefully
tips,
we've helped you, Donovan.
yes, you will be successful. Okay, here we go. Next question comes from Brendan from Titusville, Florida.
Eek.
I know that's it too. I'm an 18-year-old. A lot of 18-year-olds today. Nice job, young people. Keep them coming. I'm an 18-year-old guy, and my dad is cheating on my mom with several women, one of which is the same age as me. I just found this all out tonight, and I'm very shaken. He did cheat 2 years ago. My mom was heartbroken. They've been in couples therapy ever since. The fact that he's still doing it whilst continuing the therapy sickens me. I know if I confront my dad or tell my mom, it would probably spell the end of our marriage, which would be devastating for my 13-year-old sister, who I never want to hurt. What do I do? Wow.
Wow. That's
Talk about a sex.
Parents-
This is sex addiction,
Parents are the absolute worst, aren't
right?
they?
I know. This is a sex addiction, though, right? I mean, clearly, if he's in the counseling to fix the old cheating and he's cheating,
Yeah.
it's like you have a compulsion. Clearly, you know, it's
like Brendan, the next obvious move for you, I think, is to approach the 18-year-old siren that he is seeing and make
up
the
with her.
moves that
No, wait, I'm sorry.
the girl that is the object of your dad's absolutely prolific lechery.
Yes.
See if you can get with her, and then your dad will get to know what it feels like when someone cheats on you. But if you
Sounds like the
don't
plot.
want
Sounds
to
like the
engage,
plot to a porn.
if you don't want to engage in direct competition with your dad's adulterous dick,
Right, adulterous.
you're gonna have to engage probably in conversation.
Yes.
The conversation will definitely be more awkward if it happens after you fucked his new girlfriend.
Oh my god.
So those are two totally different kinds of conversations. I can't promise how they will go.
Yeah.
This is a tough one because it's like,
And normally we hear it. Okay, seriously, you're like, you know what? It doesn't involve you. None of your business. Stay out of it. Right. That's typically what our advice
Right.
is. In this case, however, like,
yeah, because he's got the third. Like, I think going to the mom wouldn't make sense, but like going to the dad, I think is a first step to be like, the fuck
Yeah.
are you doing,
If-
mom? Like, that at least that would be, I think, the best approach.
Yeah, I probably would too. If it was me in that situation, I would confront dad and would say, I'd be curious how you found
definitely hit
out.
on the 18-year-old chick too. Like, definitely, because he said I found out tonight and I'm very shaken,
How'd he find out?
which makes, yeah, exactly. Like, did he?
Curious.
Because he must know, something.
And
figure
I'm
out,
assuming
like,
you're sure,
one of his
right?
classmates or
Assuming
something.
you're sure. If you're not sure, then but it seems like you're sure, so that's fine.
Right.
Yeah, I would
But
confront
we're gonna
dad.
assume that this is all true.
It's true,
Like,
right?
that this is happening.
Exactly. So I would confront dad and just say, I know what you're doing. How can you do this? What are you thinking? Blah 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 blah. Have that conversation, and then kind of end it with, he's like, look, like you need to stop or leave mom, and if you don't do one of those things, I'm telling her, right? And I would throw that
Because,
ultimatum down.
because it's going to, and it's really going to affect, our daughter, my sister's
Sister.
jamboree,
Right.
whatever.
Jamboree.
Whatever. I don't know.
Oh gosh.
We got Brendan and jamboree.
Jamboree.
You know, he's 18, she's 13. I don't know.
Yeah.
Country Bears.
That's what I would do.
Um,
I would throw down the ultimatum. I think it's appropriate in this case. I would just say, say it to dad. Say, look, it's like, I know what you're doing. You either need to stop or leave mom, and just bring that up with him. Like, don't be afraid of ending the marriage. Like, if he's truly sick in this way and doesn't want to be with your mother, like, don't let him be. Like, get him out of the family. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
get them right, and just say, look, if you really are not happy, mom don't want to be there, leave her, but be straightforward about it. Just say, I'm leaving you, and here's why. You know what I mean? And then done. Instead of living this deception, like.
Yeah, because you're not responsible for devastating your parents' marriage.
Right.
Like, your dad is.
Right.
He's the one.
It's not
doing
you,
this stuff.
dude.
Like,
Seriously, yeah.
It's not. So it's not like, oh, it's gonna be like if they found out, it's like, you know, you don't want to hurt your sister, but so yeah, approach your dad, if you're, you know,
Absolutely.
if you can,
If you're
or as I said, or if you really
Hook up with
don't
18
want to
year-olds.
ever have a conversation, make moves on the 18-year-old.
I would I would not do this. So
I am telling you, this is the this is
Yes.
the best idea.
yeah,
It's
right.
just
It's
it is objectively the best option.
Sure.
Is for him to,
Brendan.
like, before he has a conversation, before
here's-
you communicate, first
No.
try
not
to hit on
first.
the 18-year-old.
Conversation first. Brendan, here's the thing that'll push you over the edge. That'll make you do this. Ready? Imagine you don't say anything, and imagine your mother finds out, and you knew the whole time, and she found out. How would you feel? Right.
Right.
You have to, and I think you have
He
to
might
have that
just be like,
conversation.
finally, like, but yeah, that's
Confront the dad, and I'd put the ultimatum down and hold him to it. Say, you know, you have 1 month or something, 30 days to.
okay. Or you could confront each of the women and be like,
I
hey,
see.
that's my dad.
Right.
He's gross.
'Cause he's my dad.
Did you know? I mean, there are options that you could do that
Sure.
to especially if they don't know that you're the son. I mean, they're like,
Oh, if
there's
they-
I
well,
have a notebook of things
yeah.
that are like,
If
you
you know, if they know he's married or not is a factor, right? Because like a lot of women would be like, you know, he's married, right? Oh my god, you know what I mean? And then like done, right?
right.
But I would put
So-
the ball in his court. You know, just say, look, if you're sick, go get help. End this now and get help. If you don't want to be with mom, then tell her, and then done, right? Otherwise, I'm telling her, and that'll move him to action. So
Right. I mean, alternatively, meet each of the women individually and
hook up with them
play-
all.
yes, hook up with all of them
Right.
and
Say, I'm
know
just
that
like my
your
dad, except I'm younger and fitter.
your dad's
and
not
more-
everything that's available in Titusville, Florida, because, you know, we've got the
Uh,
Kennedy Space Center
I just feel
and a lot of meth.
A lot of meth. And coke. Isn't cocaine still popular down there in Florida? It's like
It is. It can go Miami and stuff like that, but
Yeah.
the cocaine is a much less popular drug than it once was.
it has lost
due
favor.
to-
There's so many superior
Yes, there are so many superior pharmaceuticals that
available.
one can ruin their life using. That
plethora
you
of
know,
options.
just like, you know, ruining your life on cocaine. That's so 1980s.
It's true.
It's such an 80s thing
It's
to do.
true.
Like, you know, people ruin their lives now on fentanyl. Like,
Right.
you know, there's got to be. You want to stay with the times. You want to make sure that you are crashing and burning in
We
like,
hear
a
we
popular
hear
way.
we hear disclaimer. We here at OK Shares do not advocate for illegal drug use. So, there you go. All right. Good luck, dude. Good luck. All right. So yeah. So that's our advice. I hope you roll with it. So next one is Sarah from
Right,
Laramie,
question 3.
Wyoming. Yeah, question 3
Oh, God.
from Sarah. Sarah, I'm a 19-year-old female living with my parents. They're extremely religious and protective, but I think they've gone too far. My parents recently installed a camera in my room, and since then I've absolutely zero privacy. The camera records everything. How do I deal with this? This is similar to a question we had, I think 2 weeks ago, right? Where
Right.
the parents are going through the drawer and found the dildo,
So-
right? Found the sex toy.
Okay, so I would say, like, so all right, Sarah, as you know, OK Seriously's official position on extremely religious people and or situations is to remove yourselves
From said
those
situation.
people with haste
Yes.
and maximum prejudice.
Right.
Okay, so in other words, get the fuck out of Wyoming.
Yeah.
But that said, however, in this instance, your parents' actions are so over the top.
Yes.
Like, I think only like a balanced, proportional, reciprocal response is appropriate. So here's what you do.
Right.
I want you to go into your parents' bedroom and
Mm-hmm.
find like the biggest, blackest dildo that your mom has.
Yep.
Extremely religious people are always into dark sexual shit, not kink shaming.
Yep.
This is just a fact. So, find that sexual toy,
Yep.
position it in such a way that you are in the camera and that you can forcefully masturbate with the object
Yes.
while giving hard eye contact
Yes. At
to
the
the
camera.
camera
It will end the camera for
You like-
sure.
You like this?
Yeah.
Mom,
Yeah. And
Dad,
I think
is this
you need
what you wanted?
I think you need a big black dildo with with the veins and the balls.
Yeah, whatever.
And just go to town.
Biggest thing that your mom's got.
Right. Just go to
Uh,
town on right.
'cause
Spread the legs right in front of the camera and just go.
at a minimum, it will start a conversation.
Yeah.
It cannot, like, I mean,
It will start
that's all I
something.
can promise. It will
will
start a
start
conversation.
something.
If you get on that camera,
Yeah.
and you start just aggressively masturbating
Yeah.
while giving hard eye contact into the camera,
Yep.
there will be a conversation.
Yep.
Or at least the beginnings of one. And
Yep.
I think you can only go on from there. Like, man, like installing like, what is with these people? Like, I just like that whole like there's a whole block of the whole Idaho, Utah, Wyoming section. Man, is getting a lot of
It's crazy.
cries for help.
I
from
know,
the-
seriously, from the Midwest, like
from
what the
this-
hell?
this- from-
Super J asking an excellent question. I don't know if you heard me typing, but I was looking. I know for a fact. I wasn't sure if it was specific in Wyoming. It's the only thing I was unsure about. It is illegal to video anyone over the age of 18 without their consent. So you can't put a camera in your kid's bedroom.
Is it?
It is literally illegal. You can go to jail. So
Okay,
Yeah.
there we go. See, I thought it was one of the. Oh, wait. So, but if they're under 18, you're allowed to do it
yes,
because they're a minor.
Yes.
So you can put a camera in a 17-year-old's room.
yeah.
But not a 19.
Strangely enough, but not 19-year-olds. Especially if they get undressed, then it's
Okay.
it's a it's sex crime at that point.
Right.
Literally,
Although,
if your child gets undressed, your 19-year-old child gets undressed in front of the camera, and you have the footage, you have committed a sex crime. FYI.
right, they have. Okay. Now we have
So-
some. Now we got some leverage.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
For sure.
So after you do this, have another camera videotaping you from a different angle
Yeah.
while you're doing this.
Yeah.
And then you can be like, right. I mean, yeah. Now you're like, hey, I've got a felony here.
Yep.
Would you like me to hand this felony over to the local Wyoming
Yeah.
PD?
I mean, we
See
need to
what
be
happens?
real. Like the she clearly probably has a concern. Like, I'm 19, I don't maybe not have an income, and I have nowhere to live. Right?
Oh, I know,
So,
absolutely. Yeah,
that's
this
a
is-
legit concern. So you got to find that
Right.
balance between what's not going to make me homeless versus what's gonna,
Right.
you know.
So since there is legality going on here, definitely start with that.
Yes.
Because yeah, I hadn't even because I guess that does make sense because if you're what if you're videotaping them with their knowledge? Like, oh no, they can see the camera, it's right there. You know what I mean? Because like
I
they
don't
put cameras in places and it's like
think so. We'll have to look up.
I think you can't
That's
secretly
that's right. Definitely not secretly for sure. But the thing I was trying
Yeah.
to find out is if it's if there are special laws in Wyoming about it, which I couldn't find any reference to, and the other was that
because my guess is
if there's
maybe
consent, you know.
if you have a private residence that
Yes.
you own
Yes.
and you have someone that's I'm not sure like if there can be like I don't know how you would really enforce setting up on your own property
Mhm.
setting up cameras
Mhm.
to view yourself on your own property. It's like because your
Right.
daughter is an adult but it's like you're the I don't
Yeah,
know
you're the
'cause-
property owner, right?
yeah because this is America and property is the most important thing in the whole fucking world. That and automatic weaponry.
Get off my
So-
lawn.
Right. Like, yeah, these are all things that other countries doesn't
right.
happen because they're just
You
like
ever-
not a.
Have
what?
you
Like,
ever noticed? You ever been out in the sticks somewhere, like way out in the middle of nowhere, and it's like this near dilapidated, falling apart house, and it's the crappiest house in the middle of nowhere, but it's the one that has the most no trespassing, beware dog, will be shot on sight signs, and like who even wants to go in your house? Like, why do you think?
That is
why do you
absolutely
think
true.
people
The,
wanna go there?
the house that I walk by
Yeah.
with on my dog walks, there is that particular house that has no one has mowed the lawn or done anything in several presidential administrations. Like, but there is guard dog videotaping in progress, which it's like I don't think any of that's happening, but yeah, a lot of the a lot of ramshackles houses have
Which I don't. Yeah, it's like get off my property. No one wants to be on your property. Nobody. The mailman goes there because he has to. That's
Right.
It's part of a show.
I mean, Sarah definitely does not want to be on this property.
Clearly.
Like that's clear.
But she may have no choice, right? So, and we need to be mindful of that.
Yeah.
Right? So Sarah,
Right, absolutely.
step one is to have a conversation with your parents and say, I understand it's your house, your rules, but this is violating my privacy. It's technically illegal, FYI, right? I don't think it's appropriate. I like the camera removed, please. Or I'm going to start looking for alternative living arrangement. Maybe you throw that gauntlet down, right? If they say no.
The problem is with the extremely religious, there often is no negotiation because you can't use common.
Right.
Like.
Well,
You're
you
using
say,
rationality.
did Jesus want to see you get changed and see me naked, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely. Yeah, do whatever that
loop
you
it
have.
around and throw it back at.
Use the Sky Wizard mythology against them. Whatever is in that.
Yeah.
But yeah, good luck. This is
Look, sorry. You definitely even if your parents are the mindset that they need to do this, you definitely need to start working on your exit plan, right? I know it may not be feasible for you to get out now, but you need to start thinking about that, right? And in the meantime, have the conversation with them. If you need to drop the bomb that, hey, by the way, this is illegal, and if I'm sorry that you feel this way, but if you don't remove the camera, I'm going to have to report. I'm not consenting, right? And I'm going to have to report this, and then maybe that'll get them to remove it, right? And maybe things will be a little tense for your parents, but for your privacy and respect, I think it's worth it, right?
Or forceful masturbation.
Forceful masturbation.
With the hard eye contact.
Spread eagled. Right in front of. Here's pretend this is the
Just
legs, like this.
Hard eye contact.
This is the legs, like this, just like this, and then just like you just pretend, just like that.
I think she knows what to do. But
No,
yeah,
I didn't know this. That's right. Dear Lord.
You don't need to mansplain what Sarah needs
That's
to
true.
do.
I don't need to. I don't need to mansplain to a woman how to
unholy
masturbate.
things that Sarah should do on her parents' camera.
Do the most ungodly things to your body possible in front of that
the
camera.
living hell out of them and give them both heart attacks and then take everything.
And then the house is yours. So you can do whatever you want.
Maybe they both drop dead and then you're like,
Jeez.
there's always hope.
That's right. All right. Good luck, Sarah. Start with the conversation. We'll go from there.
Die.
Hopefully, we don't come down to the masturbate in front of the camera option, but
Hopefully your parents just die.
get having you back. No, we don't want that. We take that back. Okay, that's fine. Wink twice. Oh god. All right, our next question. Question 4.
Question 4.
Comes from Tanya from Lansing, Michigan. I've been to Lansing. Nice place, actually. My boyfriend and I recently started being intimate. I have noticed he finishes quite quickly. He recently opened up to me about this, sharing that in his previous relationships he was able to last longer. Now with me, he struggles to maintain that same stamina. This sometimes leads me to masturbate after he finishes. How do we navigate the situation? I have very strong opinions on this topic. That's Tanya in Lansing.
Hey, I will say, Tanya, the first thing I can say is that it sounds like your boyfriend finds you so
Incredibly
smoking
attractive,
hot
right?
that
You are smoking hot, Tanya.
his cum cannon is on a hair trigger, right? So
You
there
touch his
are
arm.
worse
Oh,
positions- Yeah, there are worse positions to be in.
Yeah.
Like remember, I'm sure Vanguard, you have many. I would say level up your foreplay.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Efforts. I can recommend several videos on YouTube.
Yes.
Try to stay off the dark web because it will lead you down some sketchy roads and some morally ambiguous areas.
Yes.
But please expound.
Yep.
Vanguard on your.
Yeah, so I think you should have a mature conversation with him because he might be slightly embarrassed by it, right? What I would do is talk to him about. There's a book actually that I can't not highly recommend anymore. It's called She Comes First. I don't remember who wrote it. I'll look it up, but it's called She Comes
That you
First.
don't recommend anymore?
No, I do. I can't recommend it highly enough. Yeah.
Oh, you can't, right?
Yeah. So it's called She Comes First, and read it together, share it. You know what I mean? And it's about him.
Wait, don't you just need that one thing? If you just follow that,
Right, just the title. Follow the
You-
title,
what-
and you're good. It's about how
just do that.
to get there, right? And yes,
But it's
oral
like-
will be involved, right? Clearly, so it's a thing. But that's definitely the path to go. Yeah, I have a copy actually. Not for myself. I bought for
course you
someone else. So just for the record.
you bought a copy for someone else that you have.
Yeah, they didn't want it.
Did someone else go, I don't need this?
Yeah.
Was it returned to
It's
you?
an involved story. I can't name names.
Ah,
But yes.
perhaps you just should have called it yours. Should have just said,
But
yeah, I have it.
Yeah, but anyway,
Got it on Audible.
It's got a car every day. I listen. No.
We
Um,
listened to it on a trip. We stopped several times to take notes.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly, exactly. And the mannequin we practiced. No.
Yep.
Yeah, but oral is a huge thing. A man who can give oral to a lady is it's a wonderful skill to have. So developing that skill and overcoming any taboos associated with it is very key. And if he performs that on you and gets you to orgasm, that's fantastic, and then they can continue on.
Is there a taboo associated with that?
Some guys,
not
there's
in-
a lot of guys that
yeah,
like don't
I'm
want
not
to do it. Like I love it. I will do it all day. I will give oral. I just love it.
I
But
d-
some guys are like,
Yeah, I didn't know
I'm
this-
not going down there. It's like you're a dumbass.
Well, then yeah, then
It's
I mean-
like-
yeah, that's
like do what needs to be done, dude. You want her to go down on you. It's like
right. So at least from Tanya's perspective
Yeah.
though, it's like so I you know I think you're right in that he'll probably need a little like coaxing because he
Education.
probably is like
Yes.
a little
A little
embarrassed. So
embarrassed
like
by
yeah, like the because like saying like the book she comes first maybe being like let's read this. It's
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
maybe a little
no, you
know,
start with the
aggressive
conversation.
to
You
start,
start with the
yeah.
conversation. Yeah, yeah.
and yeah, and there's also like if you're use a condom or something, anything
Right.
that like makes it desensitizes or whatever. If you
Right.
do that, there's desensitizing stuff, but
Exactly. Or you go, depending how old you guys are, you didn't mention your ages, but if you have an extended period of time where you're doing this, you can, start a session. Maybe he can go quickly, like he normally does. Then you continue the play, right? And then he'll be
Right.
ready. He'll be ready in half hour or whatever, right? And then you should last longer
right,
after
yeah,
the
that
second
very
time.
much depends on how old he is, how old they are.
Right.
If these are one of our many young 18,
Young
19,
viewers.
20-year-old listener, then viewers, then
Ready to
yeah,
rock in
that's
20
probably
minutes and get right back to
um,
it.
our stable of septuagenarian viewers may not find this advice as appealing or
But they can typically they can typically last longer. It's-
I guess true, that is true, but not with Tanya.
Tanya's
she's
so
smoking.
hot.
Tanya is
Tanya's
smoking,
so
I can tell you.
hot.
I've never even met Tanya,
Yeah.
but this chick from Lansing, Michigan, it's like woo.
Yes.
So I hope that helps Tanya. But
And
yeah,
well, the
you're-
good
and
side.
you said and you want to navigate the situation,
Yeah, yeah,
which
yeah.
I think is a perfect word. for it.
Fantastic. You're being healthy about it, which is great.
It's not like fix.
Right.
It's not it's like navigate.
Yes.
which
Let's
is
work
like
on
okay,
it
how do we?
together? Yes.
And that's the attitude to have. So
Communication. Yeah. So and what's nice is
well
that,
done,
Yeah.
as Vanguard would say.
Well done. Pat pat pat. Yeah.
Not
So
patronizing at all.
that's right. So the fact that you mentioned he opened up to you, which means he's open to talking about it, which is fantastic, right? So you got to continue
Right.
that conversation, and you sort of said to him, hey, so that topic we talked about, I just want to see if there's anything that we can do to work on this situation. You know what I mean? Sort of like improve it so we'll both enjoy it more. You know what I mean? What do you think about oral? Just throw it out there. What do you think about that? Do you think about
Right.
using your hand longer? Maybe we can kiss longer. You know what I mean? It's like all this kind of stuff to
May
these
I
ideas.
introduce you to this book that I have?
The book, right? By the way, I have a book.
Don't be intimidated by
Right.
the title.
Would you be intimidated or offended because I hear there's a book? Maybe we should read it together, right? Like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I would
Um,
appreciate coming first, please.
You-
So can we read this? I have a book as reference guide
Right.
for you
Right.
that is backed up by science, or
Right.
Whatever.
And then
But,
we can start reading that book together, and then my other friend can come over, and we can all and then you'll probably finish before we can get your clothes off. But that's fine.
So, Tanya, they're having a guy who's so attracted to you he can't help himself is not the worst position to be in. You can navigate this, and I think you're starting from a place that's actually quite good, and it can get better from there. But
For sure. But yeah,
I feel fairly safe, not having read Let Her
I
Come
think so
First, but
too. Yeah,
understanding the premise.
Yes.
I think I get the premise.
yes. So yeah, so the again the conversation and maybe dropping the hint of the book, do it together, do it as a couples exercise, definitely the way to go. So good luck, Tanya.
Maybe not call it a couples exercise because that's like
Oh, is it too therapy-ish?
because it's yeah. It was
Okay.
like,
And we're gonna
so,
talk in we're gonna talk in puppets at each other while we do it.
yes, we're good. Yeah.
No, don't yell at
No,
me.
no,
Yell at the
we're-
puppet.
the-
This
yell-
is the puppet saying this.
Exactly. We're only gonna use when you, I feel.
Right. We're not gonna use accusatory phrases or
Right.
words.
This
Confrontation.
is how
Can you tell we've been on this rodeo?
I am. I have met a therapist or two,
Yes.
both professionally and amateurly. I don't know.
Amateurly, yes, there you go. All right. Go. So good luck, Tanya. Let us know how it goes. Going on to our last question. So let's see. This is Walter from Charleston, South Carolina. Walter is a 24-year-old male. Has a crush on the janitor who is a 60-year-old female from my old high school for as long as I can remember, and so did many of my friends. The other day I was driving home from my job and saw that she was walking home and offered her a ride. Gladly accepted. She knew me and let me bring her home. We had some small talk, and I folded and didn't get her number. Is it weird to go knock on her door and say I have been thinking about her since I saw her and ask for her number? Asked Walter from Charleston, South Carolina. I see no problem here.
Yes, Walter. It is weird.
It is not weird.
Okay, this is why I believe it is weird.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, so Walter, if you do that, you are going to surprise the hell out of her because I think most likely my guess is that she thinks of you as a kid
Right.
and not someone who's trying to get into her sexagenarian compression socks. So
Wow. Ageism much?
no, I'm just saying, like, she would be very, that's probably not what she would, like, if she does know you as a student, that it's probably very drilled into her, like, as staff, like, you don't, you know, think of students that way. So yeah, I do think, so you're asking if it would be weird? Yeah, it's weird. She's 60, you're 24. You're attracted to her, that's fine. Going and asking for her number though, probably not going to go well. But I don't know. Vanguard clearly feels differently. I can see you
I do.
vibrating.
It's totally fine. It's like
I'm not saying it's not fine.
Yeah.
I'm saying it's weird. It's in
it might be
terms of,
weird for her because again, your point, she remembers him as a child,
Right.
right? That might be the weird part.
right. That's what he's saying. Is it weird? It doesn't matter if he thinks it's weird. I'm
Right.
saying, what will she think?
And
And if the
she was
janitor-
52 at the time, and he was 18, 17, right? That kind of
Or
thing.
if she was, yeah,
She was in her
54,
early
whatever.
50s, right.
But I'm not saying it can't be done. I'm just saying that, like, yeah, if you just knocked on her door and were like, hey man, can I get your number? That would come across as a little weird because she probably thinks of you as a student and is like, what?
Sure.
So you would have to
maybe
approach
you
it.
maybe you need one more casual interaction before you make that plunge.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You want to, yes, you would maybe like run into her again
Right.
and do something that expresses that
A slight flirtation, perhaps.
that you are that you only go for cougars and that she's the cougar for you.
I would not leave with that. I would not
she'd
leave
be
with
like,
that.
okay, well,
I have this fantasy about older women,
use the word.
and I need you to be that person. I don't think it's the way to lead the
Right.
conversation.
Oh, that's not. I thought you were. I thought you were giving a script.
Yeah.
Okay. So that is not okay. Oh, bummer.
Yeah,
I mean,
Yeah.
like, yeah, because she. I mean, yeah, because there's plenty of. I mean, I'm not saying. Okay, I don't think this woman is as hot as Tanya, because I don't know. Have you heard about how hot Tanya is?
Tanya's
It's
super
ridiculous.
hot. You can't even
The
laugh.
Lansing, Michigan Tanya. It's oh my god,
Ooh.
so smoking hot.
Oh,
But
me the vapors.
but the South Carolina janitor might also be,
hot. Right.
pretty hot for an older lady. But
Gilf.
yeah,
They call
so
him a gilf.
a grandma I'd like to fuck.
Mm.
Who is they? Weirdos. You see who that is actually.
The legit
So,
genre.
but you were, that's what I don't mean to imply that it's like inappropriate or whatever. But if you're asking in that scenario, if you showed up at her door, a 24-year-old guy who used to be a student asking for her number, she's probably gonna think that's weird.
I'm gonna agree with you on this.
So,
I think
but I'm not
I've been
saying
converted.
that Stop, and you
Right.
can't do it. But so have another casual interaction.
One more
with her.
casual interaction.
Like, see how that goes. Play that by ear a little bit. See if you can get some feedback, and then either get her number
Yes.
or Move on.
And don't wuss out this time, Walter. If you see her again, you're chatting. If you like her, freaking go for it, dude. Just say, hey, love to take you out to dinner. Boom.
Right. Because that right there, it's like, because if you're saying I would like to take you, it's like that is like I want to go on a date with you. I mean, you could say like I am
signals.
I am 24 and I am young and fit and you are
Vital.
hot and I would like to have sex with you. I do not think pregnancy is going to be a problem because you are probably past you are
the
probably
rearing age, yes, and I will provide you with an STD test results so we can have unprotected sex
Right.
and make it a better experience for both of us. Yes.
Exactly.
I would not
Yeah,
vocalize those things.
No. You want to write them down on
Out
a postcard and hand it to her and have her read it.
loud.
Just stare at her out loud.
Stare
And just
like this.
stare and wait. You're so pretty when you read. You read so pretty.
They're pretty.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. So
Play it cool, Walter.
I don't know if that's helpful to Walter, but
No, it's not.
I mean,
Ignore the last
Yeah.
30 seconds of what we just said. Get another casual interaction going. Throw a few flirts out there. If she responds, ask her out to dinner. That's our advice. I think that's it, right?
Right. That's it. Yeah. See
Alright,
if you
man.
can get in her. Yeah, man, get into her will, and maybe. Yeah.
Jesus. 60's not that old, dude. It's not going to die tomorrow.
No, but saying, but then get into it now, and then.
I see.
Walter might want to get his hand on some of that sweet public school janitorial money. Is what I'm
The
saying.
janitorial pension, yeah. Probably not retired yet. Only 60, right? You gotta get to 60.
In South Carolina, where they don't
Ah.
accept the added government assistance. So,
Right.
yeah.
Right. For healthcare. It's like, yes.
Of the Carolinas, the worst Carolina
It is the worst of the two Carolinas
North
by far.
is the better Carolina.
Superior
Far better.
Carolina.
Far superior.
Yeah, far superior Carolina. Yeah, absolutely. All right, so it is speed round time.
Oh, is it me?
Speed round- It's
It's
you,
me this
yeah,
time.
it's totally you. So I did last week. I had to answer some silly question about. I don't remember what it was. Let me look at it. It's like, oh my, kitchen appliance.
Which
Who-
kitchen appliance
who
would
the
be
leader-
in charge?
Who would be the leader of the kitchen appliances? That
You-
was my
yours was a
question. that I had.
refrigerator.
It was
Mine was the KitchenAid mixer.
right.
Okay,
Right.
so
Yours
I'm
clearly
sure
showed
that
a
you're going to give me
dominance.
extremely serious questions that
Absolutely.
won't involve any appliances.
I would not retaliate. You know what I mean? I'm not petty like that, where I would give you weird questions just because you gave me weird questions, kind of thing.
So
I'm above
folks
that.
haven't seen this before. Vanguard is going to throw 5 questions at me.
Correct.
I've got 1 minute to answer
Correct.
them. Like the first thing off the top of my head, I do tend to go on, so I will try to put hard stops
Yes.
and place any extra material at the unpacking session
That
where it
is the way.
belongs,
That is the proper
after
thing to
the
do,
timer
right?
is finished.
You have an average of 12 seconds per question, right? So to keep that in mind.
Some of the questions require more than just a yes and a no.
And we will do that after in our unpacking session. So, you're getting better. It's good. I think you've been under time the past
still-
3 times. So
I am still going to elaborate. So
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
I will try to stay under the. I will try to stay under. I'm going to do what I'm going to do.
I will
Take-
keep you moving like this. All right.
Yeah.
I will start the timer after I finish reading the first question. Green pants, are you ready?
Yes.
If it was raining tacos, would you eat them?
Absolutely fucking not.
What is wrong? What the fuck is wrong with Jordan Peterson? 12 seconds.
What's not? Oh my god. He's the epitome of toxic masculinity, shoved into a human skin suit and given a Canadian passport and a name that is far more attractive on women. See Jordan Childs or Jordan Larson, both women who medaled in the Olympics.
I don't know where you're going with that. All right. What 3 words describe you best? Three
Down
words.
to fuck. No. So incredibly tired.
No, I got it. If you could replay a fun or deep memory in your life over and over, what would you choose?
One of 3 very specific orgasms from the mid 90s.
Yeah, I think that's a fair choice. What are the top 3 places on your bucket list to visit before you die? 6 seconds.
Gravesite of Donald Trump, gravesite of Clarence Thomas, gravesite of Samuel Alito, so I can take a shit on all three of them. Make it?
He did it. Time to unpack.
Rule.
Oh my god. Isn't it amazing that we live in a day and age? I want to hit the last one first. That we live in a day and age where Dick Cheney and Karl Rove even aren't on the list anymore. They're like
No.
not even close.
No,
Who would have
Dick
thought?
Cheney endorsed
Kamala Harris.
endorsed Kamala Harris.
Dick Cheney.
Dick Cheney.
I don't know how old a lot of our viewers are, but that is unfathomable. Like you assume,
It really is.
his daughter's just off the rails. You can assume that, right? That's fine. But Dick Cheney himself, he is the original Emperor Palpatine. He is the guy.
Literally, guy orchestrated
He
the Iraq War.
orchestrated the invasion of a sovereign nation for no reason whatsoever. It's like he
and
should
literally
he should be in
tricked the dumb
jail,
guy into doing it.
right? He doped Bush. Oh, unbelievable, Dick Cheney. But there we go. Anyway, yeah. So okay. So what did you say? You said Alito, Thomas. I cannot
Clarence
tell you
Thomas and
Clarence
Alito
Thomas.
are just they're yeah.
Alito less so, but Thomas is the worst. It's like
They're
he's
they are-
literally hates
they're
America.
activist. Samuel Alito's with his wife that had
Oh,
the
yeah.
flag. That she's,
Oh
yeah,
my god,
they are both fucking
Horrible people.
garbage.
horrible
Like,
people.
And because both of them have spouses who are horrible people, who are really vocal white ladies who,
Right. The Karens.
interestingly enough,
It's like-
yeah, to a point where and they and for all the Clarence Thomas and stuff, he's like he's
Horrible.
like she's my best friend, whatever. But I don't.
but
have
I don't
anything to do
agree with
any
any of that bullshit.
We're not even agree. He's like, we don't ever discuss it.
Yeah.
Like it's like
You don't talk about your job with your wife, It's like- and her job with you.
I don't-
It's like
I don't know
Unbelievable.
what Clarence Thomas does. I don't. Yeah,
he's never written. I think someone said this. He's never written like if you like the number of opinions he's written is like very small for one
right.
thing.
It's I
Yeah.
think he finally it's almost non-existent.
Right,
Like,
it's
the
near comical,
Majority
like-
opinion
Yeah.
penned by whoever and then signed on.
Right.
He's always just a
Right.
signer on.
He's basically someone calls him and says, "Here's how you're supposed to vote," and here's how you're supposed to rule.
He
You know
does
what I mean?
have
It's
some
almost like he does.
dissents though, because he can write about
Yes.
crazy things.
Right.
Because he's an idiot.
Right.
And basically on like these 8-to-1 things where it's like, and then the one guy, no,
Yeah,
I
Clarence
think
Thomas.
everyone should have a cannon in their front
In
lawn.
their front
Like,
lawn,
right,
live,
because,
and
you
can
know,
be loaded and fired at will.
'cause that's
right?
the only way we can truly be free.
Right.
Is if everyone has
A
cannon.
19th century cannon that would be on a because if the modern U.S. Army decides to come to your house, you need to be able to defend yourself with that cannon,
we got that cannon.
right?
So
Because of
Well
course,
said.
a sniper at 300 yards with night vision,
yeah.
with night vision, it's gonna be afraid of your cannon. You're gonna be sitting there with that big plunger thing, getting the powder in there, and you're gonna
You
get
get the
shot.
bomb, and yeah.
Bam.
And when that thing
That's what's gonna
when
happen
that
to you.
thing- When the cannon doesn't work, it doesn't work hard. Like,
Correct.
it normally involves
It
everyone
explodes.
around the cannon
Yeah.
dies.
Yeah, cannon explodes. Happened a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a big
That's
thing.
the
Happened
thing.
a lot of ships.
I called out. So there was a guy I used to work with, and very intelligent guy. Otherwise, other than the gun, he's a very huge gun advocate. And I said to him I'm not trying. And I was very polite. I'm like, I'm not trying to be confrontational. I just need to understand like why you feel it's so important. And he cited freedom, and he's like, we need to be able to fight against authority if authority tries to be unjust, right? And I'm like, okay, so you're telling
Not a
me
thing
that
can happen.
right? So you're telling me if the marshal shows up at your house and says, there's domestic dispute complaint against you, I need to confiscate your firearms, right? And from what you just told me, you need to shoot him, right? And he's like, well, I wouldn't do that. And I'm like, then why do you have the guns? It's like,
Right.
That's authority literally trying to take your guns away, right? So-
Right,
and
exactly. And if you did shoot him,
Right.
someone's going to come back
Right.
with
more guns
powerful stuff than you
then
have.
you have that, and that's my point.
Eventually,
And that's
you
my
will
point.
be out armored
Right.
in the situation.
When everyone had the muskets, maybe you can make an argument, right?
And
but
only
when
the
you
muskets?
right, when you have a musket and they have,
F-16?
yes, and a Tomahawk cruise missile can obliterate your house
Yeah.
from the ocean.
They have the Raytheon Corporation?
Yes, it's like, what are you defending against? It's
Right.
like- yeah, there's
I-
always those big out of shape dad bod guys running around the woods playing soldier because they think they're cool.
Right.
It's like everyone I've ever
doing
seen.
military cosplay.
Yeah.
You could never,
No,
ever, yeah.
actually, be in a combat situation. Exactly. It's like ridiculous. Anyway, I think we diverge. So yeah, Alito Thomas and
hey, but this is the unpacking.
what was the third one? It was it was Trump.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
And that just has to. I mean, that's gonna be, and it's going to be. I mean, I am not. I don't have any misgivings that like those grave sites are gonna be protected. Is it gonna deter me? No,
absolutely not.
It's not.
No.
It's shitting on Trump's gravesite is going to be something that is a very, very popular American pastime.
Yes.
It is going to be something that literally more than half of the country wants to do. So, it's
I mean,
probably
clearly you could do whatever you want in Arlington now. So it's just
I am telling you this. Yeah, I am telling you this right now. Before I pass off of this mortal coil,
yes,
all three of those graves will contain my.
Will be
shit.
defecated on. Yeah. Right.
I make that pledge to you, our loyal viewers.
All right, there you heard it here first, folks. That's
Nothing else.
Happened.
Nothing else. I will do that for you.
Yes, I debate Trump, because he's there. I think he's like 50 because throughout history of conservatism, there's been idiots and then there's been maliciousness, right? Like Bush Jr., idiot, right? I don't fault him. You know what I mean, for being not smart. You know.
Where are you going with this?
I think Trump's half and half. He's half idiot and half malicious. I think there are people that are 100% malicious that maybe warrant the defecation on the grave more than he does.
I think he's a sociopath who
Yes.
doesn't understand empathy, and so he is objectively basically
Evil.
can just do
That's
whatever.
objectively
Yeah,
evil is what you're saying. Okay.
I mean, because Trump has no moral compass. Like
Right.
there is no. I don't think.
Right. No
like
line.
Dick Cheney had a line
Had a line.
apparently.
He did.
Apparently, insurrection. That's the line.
That's the line.
So he's like, yeah, overthrowing
like,
a
"I'm
government.
out."
That he doesn't like that. Yeah, that was too much for Dick Cheney.
Oh my
Too much
God.
for his daughter too. Saying that people in blue states literally abort babies post-birth,
Right.
which Liz Cheney says all the fucking time. That is
Yes.
not a thing that ever happens and is
Right.
illegal in
Ever.
every fucking state.
Yes. Yeah.
Um,
Something we don't need to pass a
so-
law for because it's already illegal. Yes.
I'm
for
just
sure.
gonna say, I feel that I would like my shit to be on Trump's grave, whether or not you
That's
agree.
fine.
That's fine.
No, that's
you
fine.
can shit on whoever
just
graves
trying
you
to
want. you
decide
have
if they're
people that are
better
more deserving
candidates.
shit, that is fine. I mean, that's one thing great. That's a great thing about America. We are free to
We can
shit on
shit
anyone's
any
grave,
grave we want.
with enough time and determination and bail money.
And bail money. That's what I was gonna say. I will bail you out when this time comes, so don't worry. All right, the deep moment in your life. That's, you said 90s, back in the 90s, some orgasmic act in the 90s.
If something I just had to repeat, it could only just repeat over and over. I think that's an obvious thing.
I think me too.
And thinking back to when I wasn't a broken down husk, those times, it would probably be more in those years.
Yes, I
when
understand.
my husk was more whole.
Understood. The whole husk, like the corn,
yeah.
pre-shucked corn is what you're saying. It's kind
Right.
So, yeah,
Pre-followed politics, actually. When
I think
pre actually examining the world for what it actually
yes,
is.
and how many people feel
just
the way
things
that you
just
never
fuck
thought
around.
and realizing the number of people that feel the way you never thought anyone would feel. It's like, great.
Yeah, realizing that half my neighbors were white supremacists.
You're
I
right.
did not know
Yay.
that, and now I do, and I can't say I'm arguably better.
And
for
you
it,
cannot
so,
undo that. Get your innocence back. Yes, now I understand. Mine would probably
yes,
be a
that's why I'm
sex thing
so
too.
tired.
Mine would probably be a sex thing too. It'd probably be
Yours would absolutely be a sex thing. There was no
it's
chance.
probably
it would
that
not be a
time I
sex
had a 5-hour sex session once. I think it would be that. That was fantastic. That was
thing. It's a
fantastic.
good choice.
But
It's a
all right,
good way to
so
go.
let's think of a non-sex thing. But if it wasn't a sex thing, mine would be, I don't know. One of
Right.
those times is when
This would
we.
be sex thing.
I
'Cause the
can't,
only
I
thing
can't
you
get the
do-
sex things out of my head.
Exactly,
One of those
which
things.
is
No,
why
one of
I'm
those
saying that. Just-
things.
Well, let's think of something else.
It's one of
I'd be
those
like,
times.
Oh, it was when I was giving my marriage vows.
It
No,
wasn't
it
that.
wasn't.
It
was a
wasn't
sex
that.
thing.
It's the sex thing.
Yes, there's a fond memory there, but no one's buying that. I just want to live that over and over.
I'm trying to think of
Just
other
wanna
bonding moments with people. So, like that time when we smoked weed in your apartment. Remember? I don't remember, but I think
I do.
I think
And
I injured myself. I laughed so hard. We were making up something.
was-
We were brilliant,
yes,
by
it
the
was,
way, and we should have wrote it down, which we didn't.
and there was a third party there who also can
Yes, who can attest to what
you are
happened.
brilliant.
And it was hysterical. Probably one of the most fun times ever. Yeah, that's fantastic.
Okay, yeah. So what were the other?
Oh yeah. Your best 3 words. What were your 3 words? Oh,
just
down
so
to
fucking
fuck,
tired.
down to fuck.
Down
I'm so
to
fucking
fuck.
tired, and I'm so fucking
But
tired.
just so fucking tired. Like or just like exhausted or just like frustrated.
Yeah.
I mean, I definitely want to start with so fucking.
So fucking,
then-
and then word
The
expressing can vary.
The verb, whatever that is.
I get it. I get it.
it.
Oh, Super J wants to go. All right, we'll get back to that. Super J. We'll get back to that. She wants to dive into our non-sex fun times.
Okay.
Which we will. So fucking tired. I don't know what my 3 words are about. I don't know. Probably something inspirational, which would annoy you. So I'll
Will annoy me or
withhold them
annoy
probably
Super
because you're
J?
gonna be like, oh, that's
No, I'm saying I just want to make it clear that the first thing that comes to mind
it's so
over
fucking
and
tired.
over and over is always the sex thing.
So fucking tired. No. I'm on the 3 words. We'll go back to the sex thing.
Oh, the 3 words.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't know what mine would be. Mine would be like, I don't know. I'm thinking like adjectives describing my personality. Not the way about it, but that's fine. Either way.
acerbic.
Acerbic.
I would describe.
Acerbic.
I. Yeah, man. Irritated,
Annoyed.
astonished, and frustrated. That's me at all times. I am always irritated and frustrated, and I'm constantly amazed at what the fuck is happening, and that it continues to happen. And that the crazy shit that happened one day is just wiped off the news page by the next crazy thing that happened.
I know.
The guy running for president said people are eating dogs and cats. Oh.
They're eating the
Well,
dogs.
now that's
they're
over.
eating the cats.
You hear about the guy with
they're
the
eating the pets of the
AK-47
people who
that was-
live there.
Like,
Oh,
I
Super
just,
J was nice. Honest, kind, funny, she said. That's nice.
It is very nice.
Super J, we love you. Make the hearts.
It is nice.
Hey.
We now we know that's not true,
Really?
but it is very nice of you to say.
I think amused is one of my words because I we've talked about this before. I find more things funny than I should because I think just like everything's just like that horrible thing's actually pretty hysterical, so
Oh yeah, I would
just,
feel that way.
amused.
Well, that's the defense mechanism to prevent yourself from crying.
I guess that's true.
To see otherwise, because like if you don't, if it
Laugh or
because
cry,
it's just
right?
tragedy plus time is comedy.
Yeah.
So you're just taking
plus
tragedy and you're saying, you know what? Time,
Skip the time.
nanosecond, bam, immediate comedy. Just-
Oh,
that Hindenburg, hilarious.
Oh
right
my
away.
God,
that
right
guy
away,
making
right.
a big deal, be like, oh my god, that thing is burning.
ladies and gentlemen, the humanity! Oh my God, the humanity, ladies and gentlemen. See, we can joke now,
Like,
but it
what are
was
you talking about?
horrible.
This thing is hilarious. See all these people? Look at that thing burn.
Who would have thought getting up in a huge thing of hydrogen would have no problems? Right? Yes.
Oh, the other one was
Tacos.
Jordan Peterson.
Well, yeah, but let's do tacos first, though. So
Okay.
I would also question the origin of the tacos if they're coming from the sky. So I love tacos, but I would probably not eat them because the questionable origin. I'm very good about the clean food. I don't need things touching my food.
I in 100% agreement. There are
Yeah.
a million children's songs about fucking tacos and
Training
spaghetti and meatballs,
tacos,
like
yeah.
falling
Training
from the sky.
meatballs, training meatballs, yeah,
Um,
the whole thing.
None of them talk about food safety protocols
Correct.
at all.
I can't
Like,
even
it's-
like
Like, where are the tacos falling from? Does the taco meat have E. coli?
correct.
Am I signing up
Is it
for
well
a
cooked?
3-week long shit because I ate tacos that were falling from the sky? I don't wanna have a 3-week case of diarrhea
Right.
because I ate a fucking falling taco from the
A
sky.
sky
No.
taco.
I mean, so it's not a question that has a binary answer, yes or no. So yeah, if I have to have answer, I'd be like no.
Right. No,
It's-
agreed.
I have
I have the same thing.
questions that need to be answered first
I can't-
before I will trust the falling tacos.
I know that the prepare, like when I go to a restaurant, I know the prepare of my food touch the food, but I can't rationalize. If I see anyone touch my food, I will not eat that food. Like I'm that bad.
What if they have gloves on?
I no, I can't. Don't touch my food. Yeah.
They have to touch it to make it.
I know, but I don't see that.
Oh, okay. So it comes to you on.
Yes,
as
it
if
comes
just
appeared.
appeared on the plate.
It's like that's times zero.
Like,
when
out
it
of a
comes on the
replicator.
plate,
In-
that's times zero. No one can touch my food. And then
Yeah,
and then I
just
consume the food. And then it's not covered in disease, as most people's hands are, right? And then I'm fine with that.
I mean, I do feel similarly.
Yeah.
I don't have that particular peccadillo, but definitely falling tacos from the sky. Gonna have to have
Hard no.
want some paperwork before.
And again, I love
I'm just saying, I
tacos.
need some questions answered before I just, you know, I think that's fair about anything, really.
Yeah,
You know,
agreed.
just
Agreed.
Always question falling food
I
from
can't
the sky.
imagine. I can't imagine a taco falling intact either, right? Because they're a different rate. The meat will fall out. It's all.
I mean,
That'd be pretty sight.
perhaps they're wrapped. I mean, they could be, but then if they're wrapped, you can't eat them out of the sky. You know,
Right.
there's.
If they're
There's a lot
actually
of
if they're
questions
wrapped,
about
you know what? I might eat if it's wrapped
It's true because
because
no
it
one will have
fulfills
touched the
my
taco.
requirement that no one touch the taco post
Yeah, so
preparation,
you're just catching the tacos as they
Wrapped
fall and just like
tacos.
putting them up.
and then it's wrapped.
Yeah.
Up, good.
Yeah. And now,
Right.
and yeah, so you just store them.
Right.
Okay.
Right. No, probably not
Um,
still, because you're right. Because I'm not sure what this. Now, if the rapper said like Taco Bell or something, if they're like clear where they came from, like okay, there's a reputation on the line here. Taco's probably safe. You know?
Really, Taco Bell is dropping things from the sky.
Right.
This doesn't raise any questions.
Well, did they put a big
And-
bullseye in the ocean? They wanted the Mir space station to hit or something. Wasn't it something like that? Did like if
It does sound
they
familiar.
were like, if the space station hits this target in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, everyone in the United States would get a free taco, which was a brilliant marketing ploy, by the way.
Right.
Because the tacos are not big, so when you go in, you have to buy something else. You know, so you go in like, I would like my free taco for being a citizen of the U.S. And like, absolutely. Oh, I guess I'll take a drink and 2 more tacos. Ah, we got you. You know, it's like brilliant.
The furniture company guys have that where they're like, hey, if X team
Wins
gets
the
this particular record,
Championship, right?
everyone
couch.
gets free furniture.
Yeah.
And then they take out an insurance policy to cover it,
Yes.
and then just let all these people buy furniture, and
Yeah.
then with either way, it's a payday.
Payday.
Like, brilliant.
Brilliant.
You know
Yeah,
who's
it's good.
not brilliant? Jordan fucking Peterson.
Let's go into that one.
So, yeah. So where
I
I was
agree.
going with
This
that
is-
was
Yeah, go ahead.
Jordan. What I was throwing in there at the end is like of all the Jordans, like I like Jordan Childs, who's one of the women's gymnasts.
Yeah.
Jordan Larson is a volleyball player on the U.S. team. They won the silver medal in volleyball. So I'm
Yes.
just saying there are preferable Jordans to the one. So yeah, Jordan
Michael
Peterson
Jordan.
is like
That's the last
that's
name.
the last name, right? Yeah. I mean that yeah. I think it works for the bit, so I'll leave it there.
Michael B. Jordan. Also, last name
That's
Jordan.
true. like so Jordan Peterson is one of these guys that has the misogynistic rhetoric that like masculinity is in crisis, right?
Correct.
So that's his.
It's like Andrew Tate, but more well spoken.
right because he has a degree, like
Right.
he,
He's a
I
professor.
like what someone described him as you know, an educated man with horrible ideas.
Yes.
Like because he has like a PhD, which gives him the credentials, but
Right.
his ideas are poison.
Yeah.
Like,
But this is the category of folks, right? That you know, there's a lot of conservative talking heads who just have some kind of personality, and they're just do absurdities, right? They're like, oh, this is right, and those eventually can be put in a certain category. But there was a market opportunity seen by people who were well spoken, who maybe had beliefs that roughly aligned with that philosophy, and said, I can make a payday because I'm an attractive woman, and if I say these things and I say them intelligently, people will love what I say, and it's true. And there's people came because then the conservatives go, look, we have smart people, you know, look, they're saying smart things, and it's a woman, and it's a black woman. Look, it's Candace Owens. She's saying these smart things, right? So therefore, you're all
Candace
full of
Owens
shit.
has never said a smart thing in her life.
What's that? That's
Candace
true.
Owens has never said a smart thing in her entire life.
She comes across as intelligent. That's why she's dangerous, right? That's why Ben
Yeah.
Shapiro, right? He comes
Right.
across as intelligent. He has a lot of ideas. He's sometimes expresses that he's willing to
Peterson
debate different
belonged-
ideas.
Jordan Peterson believes that that the idea of that feminism has that men have
Toxic.
historically oppressed women.
Yes.
He finds that idea like just he calls it like a Marxist lie. and says that feminists really down deep, they just want to be brutally dominated.
Right.
That's why they're acting that way. It's like,
Right.
holy shit, dude.
Yeah.
Like he's like the incels hero, because he
Right.
basically, for guys who can't, he's like, you deserve sex.
You deserve to get laid. Of course you do.
So if
And
women
by hot women.
understood their place,
And by hot
yeah,
women.
yeah,
Right. And
or
then
by
and I'll tell you what a hot
women-
woman looks like. And then that's
yeah, I don't. Yeah, it's like, because he believes it's like the yeah, there's so many. He's like, yeah, his like one of the things that got him all started was that his refusal to use people's proper pronouns.
right.
That was what because he was the professor that was like, I will not say they, or I
Right.
will not say, I will not call him her,
Right.
like, and that's why. So being disgustingly transphobic, also
Propelled him into
two-
the spotlight for sure.
right, two of his videos on YouTube actually were demonetized because he said that gender affirming surgery compared it to the Holocaust, and was like, it is, they are on similar footing.
Yeah, you gotta really be
And
careful when
even
you compare
YouTube
stuff
had
to
to
the
be like,
Holocaust. Come on,
no.
right? It's like you gotta be
Um,
really sure if you're gonna throw the Holocaust out there and use that as a comparison. It's like it's a high bar, It's like
Yeah, but he said it's a Nazi medical experiment. It's exactly the same thing.
I see,
Like,
I see.
you know,
That's not all what the Holocaust was about. So again, it's not a good analogy. You know what I mean? It's like, yes, that was part of it.
it's
but
not
like,
a good analogy for so many reasons.
Well, right, but I mean,
It's
even
absolutely
in his thinking, you
that
know what I mean? It wasn't
not
like a
bad
direct,
at all.
even in his
That's the
thinking,
thing.
wasn't a direct
Gender
correlation.
affirming care is a good thing. It's a
Yeah.
positive thing.
Yeah.
And so the fact that he's made it into not only something that is a negative, but a war crime is in his mind.
Right.
And that's why his like he also doesn't believe in climate. Like,
Correct.
he's like, that's all
Not a
just sort of
thing.
like, the
Nonsense.
earth gets hot, it gets cold, that's all nonsense. They have no
Except look at
idea,
the data.
I
And
mean, remember when James Inhofe brought the snowball in?
Yeah. we talked about that last week too.
Was
It's like,
that was a callback
but
to
that's how
last
you,
week's
but-
episode. If you
that's
hadn't
right.
seen.
That's right. And rewind. Blah, blah, blah. But that's exactly the way you appeal to ignorant people. You know what I mean? You show them like, look, snowball, warm, right? It's just the most
And they go,
basic form of
"See?
thinking. See,
Occam's razor.
see,
You know?
right? People don't. Those,
Then
those people he's appealing to don't know what Occam's razor is.
No, they would cut themselves with it. They would immediately cut off all their fingers.
They don't know what razor is, or it's just a theory because people who say that don't understand what scientific theory means. Right? It's like,
Right.
It's an uphill battle when you're fighting ignorance, right? When you're fighting willful ignorance, it's a very difficult
There are many
struggle.
people that think a theory is just an idea,
A guess.
whereas the same
A guess.
Yes, right. Is this like,
Yeah.
like relativity?
Right.
You know,
Technically, gravity's still a theory, but that impacts our lives every day.
But one of these days, all of a sudden something might just start shooting
We
up
all
and be
start
like, oh
flying
shit,
up.
gravity's all broken.
Yes. Yes.
So I think we got all the questions.
We did. Yeah. Oh, Super J was challenging us to find, like I said, non-sexual related memories of fondness.
Oh, none. Oh, I mean, I of the that I remember, honestly, some of the most joyous nights of my life were cast parties.
That's
Because
fair.
like I don't have I mean, like my wedding and in certain things too, and like other weddings that I've been to, but it's
Mhm.
like in terms of like back then, not knowing or not like the ignorance of like everything that was, it's like that, because all that stuff with Bush Gore, and it was that was a
like
little bit later,
whatever.
but
Yeah, it was later.
like the Clinton stuff was all going on. It
Yeah.
was all just kind of ridiculous. But
Right.
like, yeah, it was kind of like, yeah, we didn't have a complete crazy person as president,
Right.
and it was, yeah, like the Monica Lewinsky thing was like the big deal. You know what I mean? It wasn't like,
Wasn't a big deal. Right.
let's destroy democracy. It was all just this
Right.
ridiculous, this insane scandal. And now,
Right.
so yeah, no,
And we were just enjoying each other's company and bonding and having a good time, and no cares, no worries, and we were creating art. You know what I mean? Which was fun
Sure.
and fulfilling and all this
Got
great
art.
stuff, right? Yeah, for sure. That's the thing. For those of you not familiar, like if you ever wind up in the theater world, the cast parties are after the production are especially excellent times because you've work with these people.
Depending on the
you
theater people.
depending on the theater
We
people.
happen to be around some exceptionally
Good
awesome
people,
theater
yes,
people.
yes. So
who
you
knew how to fucking party.
you bond over the course of the production, right? And finally, you just let go and you just have a blast, and it's
Right.
it's a lot of fun.
always always willing to lend a hand for a keg stand. You know, just friendly people doing smart.
Doing crazy
making
stuff.
smart choices.
Yes. Or eating bags of weed. Remember the cop showed up.
Yeah, I have eaten a lot of weed.
The cops are here.
But yeah, other. I'm trying to like.
Very quick on that trigger. Very
specific
quick on the
moment.
trigger.
I remember like I took a helicopter once like into a volcano in Hawaii.
Oh,
like
that's
not
cool.
into it, but like that was like it was like the Magnum PI helicopter
Yeah.
looked very much like that orange yellow thing.
Yeah.
That's something where I'm just like I still remember that like moment of
Nice.
being like whoa.
That's
But
very
like I
awesome.
don't think I'd want to live it over and over.
Right.
That's why that's why I'm going for the sex thing because like
I guess-
I think eventually,
it converges on
yeah,
the sex thing. Yeah. No, there was one I thought of so my high school buddies and I were there's a group of us that were really close and we stayed close through the years and we were graduating high school and we graduated high school in the 90s and we made a pact that we said we will be together on New Year's 2000. You know, it's like this is something we will
yes,
do
I
no
know,
matter
yeah.
where we are, no matter what we're doing. And we did, and we were in San Francisco. One of my buddies lived there, and we stayed at his place, and it was an amazing time. And it was one of the things of, pact fulfilled and being together, and it was just great. So
Yeah, honestly, another going on my first honeymoon with someone I was not married to. That was a delightful trip. Right after Massachusetts had passed
Gay marriage.
or and all that. So
it was like almost our celebration of gay marriage, wasn't it? It was like
it was. And that's why it was just like, you guys, Massachusetts. It's like, no, we're not.
right,
Okay,
we're not, except okay, fine, whatever, right? It was very funny. So that was very fun memories, yes, because it was like there was like Green Parents was very particular to requests from the resort that there be a separate bed made up. So there was a day bed that they sort of unfolded the couch set up, which was great. He was very particular about that and that they both be made up. So there's a turn down service. So the first night, the turn down was on only the main bed. Two corners were turned down. Little chocolates were put on the pillows, right? And then when it was clear that the day bed was slept in, there was a chocolate in each bed. There's only one in the main bed. I think they now understood, right? And then
No, they thought we were fighting.
on our honeymoon, on our gay honeymoon, we're fighting.
We came back from the cave and and we had the bologna sandwiches and like I had the Purell and it was the whole thing and because you had bat guano all over your hands.
That was a great one too. All right,
You
so
know.
we're getting to great memories here. So Green Pants is very big on the Purell. Like he's like purify your hands a lot. He was doing it before it was cool, like way before it was cool. He was doing it. He was like initial angel investor.
Well, after
Purell.
Germ Theory though, no one we knew.
Yeah. So he was big on the
Couldn't
Purell.
understand.
Always
but,
carried
yeah.
around. Right. And I was very like, oh, you're being ridiculous. Soap and water's fine. He's like, Purell. And I'm like, no, it's ridiculous. So we went on this honeymoon that we weren't supposed to be on, but I was there. We went on a hike in a cave, and it was really cool. But using your hands to climb up stuff, and the caves are covered in bat guano because millions of bats live in the cave, and their poop is everywhere.
That is bat shit.
It is bat shit for those who don't know what guano is.
Yes.
So I came out and I
It's
have
the
bat.
excrement of bats.
I have bat shit on my hands. I exit the cave, and the provided lunch was there, and it was bologna sandwiches. It says, here's your sandwich. And as you know, you eat a sandwich
lunch.
with your hands. I looked at my hands, and I'm like, I cannot eat like this. And Green Pants was there with the bottle of Purell, go like this. And I'm like, you son
No
of a
one else
bitch.
could touch your food.
Right, and
Like,
no one
we
else can touch my food.
That would be...
Who was going to feed me
So,
my... Right,
yeah.
if no one can feed me
It's
my
like, I was
food,
particular.
and I can't
I
touch the
fucking
food,
saved that day
you did.
because when you get hungry,
Oh, I
there's
get
problems.
hangry.
So,
I do.
it's
I
like,
go into
hungry in the
sugar
jungle,
crash.
you
It's
needed that
like, oh
bologna
my god.
sandwich.
I get all
That bologna
ragey.
sandwich was
It's like
fucking critical.
critical. And clean hands to eating the bologna sandwich critical. So really, you saved my life that day. So I thank you. I never thank you for that. So
Right.
thank you.
And you took the photograph that I put on my profile.
Mrs. Green
That
Pants.
is one of one reasons Mrs. Green Pants was tracked. So
It's true. Also a very good memory. See, so
consider
we
the
have them
favor
Super J.
received.
Yes, yes,
Exactly.
that's true. That's true. Yes, that was the thing we were said cave. It was still said cave, right? I think it was the same one.
Yeah.
And it was
Yeah,
a
it was-
vertical
it
vertical
was
shaft.
Right before I
The back
saved your
guano.
life with
Right.
the Purell.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I
You took that picture,
it
and
was a
then 10 minutes later,
vertical
I saved your
yeah,
life.
it was a vertical shaft, so we're climbing up and Green Pants was behind me, and for some reason I was just inspired. I turned down, I looked at him, and I said, "Hey dude," and I went click, I took a picture, right? And then we kept going. And this is before camera phones, right? I don't think there were there camera phones? Maybe there were, but we didn't have them
No,
or something.
no.
Way back.
This was pre-iPhone. Or the iPhone
Right.
it was iPhone 1.
I remember it was
just coming
an actual digital camera. I used to take the picture, so I took.
out. Yeah.
So we did that, and then he then later used that picture on his dating profile, and that was the picture that Mrs. Greenpants saw and fell in love with him about. So,
Yep.
there you go.
She thought I was a geology
There it
teacher.
is.
Big shock. So she learned.
Boy,
her-
was she in for a rude awakening
Yeah. Geology teacher.
when you busted out the puppets on date 2.
Listen. I've been married for 15 years. Don't mess with my program.
It works. The system works.
Like a system. Live in a
It
society.
worked. That's right. Anyway, good times. So Super J, I hope that gives some more, a little less crass, positive memories than our previous answer.
Yeah. We don't. Yes, wait, I don't only have fond memories of ejaculating.
Right.
That is not the only fond memory that I
That's what
have.
we're all about.
I mean, I do have many fond memories of ejaculating. I gotta be. I mean, I don't know if it's a hot take. I want you to hear my truth.
Right.
I like ejaculating. It's like it's just one of those things. I feel that that's my truth, and that's what I want to share. And I'm being vulnerable right now. But I'm being vulnerable, and I'm letting you know ejaculation is awesome, and
It really
it's
is,
something
yeah.
that, yeah. So
Yep. That's
know,
great.
also enjoy, hanging with friends and bonding and all that stuff. But
All that fun stuff.
there's a reason
Oh my
that
goodness.
we've evolved in a certain way.
Yes. We have certain hardwiring. But anyway, so next week we'll be here. So we're gonna wrap up now. So next week we will be here. It'll be Tuesday, right? Tuesday, yeah.
Yes.
On 9:30 p.m. Eastern U.S. time.
Eastern time.
Yeah,
Yep.
you will find us here, and we will answer 5 more questions.
We'll be here to answer
'Cause-
questions, and we'll be here to help.
What we do, yeah, because we're here to help. I mean, I think we helped some people today. I hope so. But
Yeah, we helped
I think so.
Huh.
But until then,
we definitely helped Tanya.
we'll see you next week. We definitely helped Tanya. Tanya, if you didn't know you were hot, you are.
Tanya. Good job on being hot. As
Good
Vanguard would say.
job. So good.
Good night.
Good night, everyone. See you next week. Super J, glad you're back. Love you. Get you next time.
Love you, Super J.
Good.